If you chase elk in the West long enough, you're going to face hunt area paralysis. This happens when you pour all of your effort and mental collateral into one so-called money spot, only to pack in and find it stone cold. No fresh sign, no bugles, no nothing. But you end up staying anyway because you can't walk away from the mental investment that you've made. That's the trap that so many Western hunters find themselves in. They're anchored to a hunt area by emotion, not reality. And while you're stuck, the elk season clock is bleeding out. What's the fix? 5 Hunt Area Paralysis Rules that give you options, and options can quickly turn a pending hunt failure into success. When plan A blows up, and it probably will at some point, it's not about where you want the elk to be, it's where they actually are. Let's get to it. In today's Western Spotlight segment, let's talk about something that most hunters have or will deal with at some point in their Western hunting pursuits: hunt area paralysis. If it hasn't hit you yet, it's coming, and probably sooner than later. Whether you're an elk hunting addict or relatively new to the Western grind, this kind of paralysis can derail an entire hunt before you even realize what happened. The good news is you can see the train coming, and when you know it's coming, you can build a strategy to counter its effects. In this segment, I want to walk you through 5 specific considerations that will help you escape the familiar, shake loose the mental gridlock, and stop making emotionally driven hunt decisions that kill success opportunity. Step 1, overinvesting in the money spot. This is a big one, and I see it all the time. I have to admit, I've been guilty of it myself. I've actually been fighting it this year with my personal e-scouting. I have a spot that I've been working on that I feel is a complete winner, and I've been fighting the urge to cut my backup plan development short. Cutting those backup plans short is a huge mistake. You have poured countless hours into your e-scouting and hunt planning, and you've convinced yourself that you've found the magic spot, that this is the holy grail, and it's going to deliver everything you're looking for. This is the moment that you're hunting for nostalgia instead of elk. There's nothing wrong with putting in the hard work and developing a primary hunt area. That's exactly what you should be doing. But it can also become a trap. When that area flatlines and you have no solid backup options, suddenly you're emotionally anchored to a spot that's gone stone cold, and you stay in that spot because of emotion, not because it's delivering. Now you have trouble leaving that spot because you have so much mental collateral invested in it. I understand. I've done it, unfortunately, more than once. You have to ask yourself, are you staying in a hunt area because it's comfortable or because it's productive? It's 100% vital that you have multiple hunt areas completely vetted, dialed in, and ready to implement. We cover exactly how to do this in my e-scouting elk course. When plan A implodes, and it will at some point, you need options. Options can quickly turn failure into success. Step 2, neglecting logistics. Let's start with a brutal reality. Western backcountry hunting logistics fall apart when mental and physical fatigue set in. Trust me, it's hard to distinguish between the two on a difficult backcountry hunt. On day X of a backcountry hunt, your brain is foggy, your body is beat, your nutritional replacement is on the edge, and making even small decisions can become difficult. Moving hunt areas, relocating camps, and resetting hunt tactics is a total recipe for failure without a fully vetted hunt plan. I've seen guys completely melt down and give up on hunts because they have no idea where to go next. They have no options, and it was because they were too tired and too mentally fatigued to figure it out on the fly. This is just a starting list, but every Western backcountry hunt needs the following: complete driving routes mapped out with turns and time estimates, traced and color-coded in your primary hunt application. Pre-planned camp options that have been vetted with my Google Earth Pro toolkits using the highest quality aerial images available, complete with estimated hike-in times, both on and off trail. The key hiking routes traced with the Snap 2 feature, color-coded, and elevation profiles reviewed. Like I said, this is just a start, and this is the kind of work that we focus on in the e-scouting elk course. You don't want to be reinventing hunt areas in the middle of an exhausting and demanding backcountry hunt. Step 3. Use a written hunt plan. I've said this over and over. It's one of the biggest force multipliers in Western hunting. I'm talking about a strategic hunt plan, not a few default red waypoints dropped in on X, not a bunch of mental notes. I'm talking about a legit plan that will guide you through your entire hunt. A predefined hunt strategy helps to eliminate emotional decision-making when you're tired, frustrated, and mentally unraveling. It grounds you in the hunt. It removes hesitation. And most importantly, it keeps you hunting with focus and purpose. Step 4, anticipate the mental fatigue spiral. I'll be honest, most hunts don't end with physical failure. They end because folks get overwhelmed mentally. Life doesn't always just stop because you're on a hunt. Maybe something's going on back home. Maybe your expectations of the hunt didn't match the reality of the grind, and now you're mentally spiraling. Mental fatigue, it shows up quietly, but it hits hard. You start to second guess everything. You are hesitant to make moves. You start building excuses to leave early. The hard truth is, every time you quit early, you train yourself that quitting is acceptable, and it's not. My advice, take quitting off the table before the hunt even starts. Burn that bridge 100%. Leaving a hunt early is never an option. If you have that mindset going in from the beginning, you're going to stay more focused and driven. Your strategic hunt plan is your edge. It brings clarity to chaos. Step 5. Running out of food is no reason to quit. This one on the surface might sound a little funny at first. Most hunters are running for the trailhead when they're down to their last freeze-dried meal. They simply can't wrap their minds around staying in the backcountry with no food. Guys, if I'm any good at any of this, it's because I've been in the game a long time and I've spent enough days in the backcountry to make virtually every mistake possible. I think you would be surprised to find out how many hunts end or are cut short because, quote, we ran out of food. Here's the reality. You can hunt for a couple of days with very little to no food. I've done it, and most of my hunting posse has done it too. It seems to be a rite of passage if you spend much time with Brian Call and Ryan Lampers. I quickly learned the hard way. When they say we're going on a 10-day hunt and the season doesn't end for 14 days, you better be dialed for 14. Or you're going to come out a lot leaner than you went in, which by itself is not all bad. It's better than Ozempic. In all seriousness, we have all done 2+ extra days on basically no food. No, it's not fun, but it's not impossible. And to be honest, it gives you a milestone to measure your grit. I can't tell you how many times it has come down to the last day, then the magic happens. Now, I'm not saying to starve yourself. That's dumb. What I am saying is, if you have a day or two left from the end of your hunt and your food runs low, don't just pack it in because your belly's growling. However, water and electrolytes, that's a whole different story. High country, high output hunts, they deplete fluids fast. If you're not managing your electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium, you're going to tank, and you're going to tank fast. And recovering in that scenario might be mission impossible. I've seen seasoned hunters wreck themselves on day 3 because they thought water was enough. In my opinion, it's not. Not on backcountry hunts. You can run low on a lot of things, but electrolyte replacement is always at the top of the list, no exception. When it comes to water and electrolytes, it's mission critical to stay ahead of the curve. Solitude many times equals opportunity when it comes to elk hunting. Go Hunt just dropped a new tool that helps you find exactly that. It's called the road density layer, and if you're serious about getting away from hunting pressure, this is something you might want to check out and add to your toolbox. On today's tactics segment, I'm going to show you some of the highlights of this new tool. Why this tool matters. When we talk about e-scouting, roads tell a story. Roads mean access, and access means people. The more roads in a DIY public land area, the more hunting pressure you're likely to have. Go Hunt's new road density layer flips the script on showing you exactly where those roads are concentrated, and just as important, where they're not. Instead of trying to hunt so-called roadless areas, this layer gives you a gradient map of road density across the western states. That means in just seconds, you can pinpoint pockets that are a bit harder to reach, the very places elk may retreat when the pressure cranks up. How does it work? Go Hunt took all the available motorized roads, everything from highways down to dirt bike trails, and they calculated the number of roads per square kilometer. Then they color-coded it. Dark black equals heavy road density. Medium gray means moderate road density, and light gray to clear, that's low road density, which is often your best bet for solitude. It's not guesswork. This is GIS calculated data layered onto Go Hunt's maps. The road density layer is available on the web browser version and the mobile application. Note, this is a density layer, not a roadless layer. You can still see where the middle ground exists. This is a key part of the pressure evaluation process. Sometimes the overlooked sweet spot is in the moderate density zone, not too close to roads, but not where everyone else is packing 6 miles deep either. How to access and use it. For this demo, I'm going to use the web-based version. I'm logged into my Insider account and I'm going to navigate to Go Hunt Maps. Go to your specific western state, go to the roads and trails section, turn on road density, zoom in, and you'll see the gradient shading appear over your base map. They have made it pretty dang simple. Slide the transparency back and forth so that you can view it over satellite or topography base maps. Brady Miller from GoHunt says he prefers the topography base map overlaid with the road density layer. I tend to agree with this. It's easier to see and easier to evaluate terrain. The gradient really stands out, and it lets you see terrain features at the same time. Layer stacking. This is where it gets pretty powerful. Combine road density with public-private land layers, wildfire layers, and elevation bands. In seconds, you can spot low-access basins, benches, and migration corridors. Big picture e-scouting. The density layer works well zoomed out. You can zoom out to see an entire state or focus on a unit. Then zoom in to identify those low density pockets. You can identify those seams where elk may try to slip away from pressure. The road density layer is like flipping on a light switch. It visually shows you potential pressure densities that could translate into finding more elk in some areas. I always talk about using the right tool for the right job. This is another one of those tools that you should be adding to your toolbox. It's only one tool, but when you start to stack up the tools and the elk finding features, good things start to happen to you when it comes to finding elk. You can check it out now on GoHunt.com. If you're not an Insider member, you should be, and be sure to use my code TREELINE for a discount. PEAX is quickly becoming known for their incredible giveaways, and I get to announce another fun one to kick off the season. They're calling it the Elk versus Muley Tee giveaway. Here's the deal. You've got to pick a side, Team Elk or Team Muley. You can't ride the fence on this one, and why would you? I mean, personally, I'm wearing the Elk is greater than mule deer shirt, and I can't understand why anyone would pick the mule deer shirt, but some people, they're just wrong. Right, Lampers? The comments section for this show just got a lot more interesting. The giveaway runs through the month of August, which is perfect timing. Purchase an elk or mule deer tee and you're entered. Post a pic in your Instagram story showing your team colors, tag PEAX equipment, and that's it. This is going to be a fun one, and one lucky winner is walking away with a crazy backcountry PEAX prize package worth nearly $3,000. The prize package includes a Solitude Dyneema teepee, a Solace sleeping bag, the Torrid stove, PEAX Elite trekking poles, and the package wraps up with the Duo headlamp. This one is too good to pass up, and you can find out more at PEAXequipment.com. Hunt area paralysis? Yeah, it's real, but it's also preventable. You can beat it with preparation. You need to have multiple hunt areas completely vetted and ready to implement. You need to have a written plan with a bias towards action and options. Most importantly, head into the backcountry with the right mindset that you're going to stay in the game no matter how hard it gets, no exceptions. Backcountry hunting, yeah, it's hard. It's supposed to be. It's what draws us in. The people who succeed, they embrace the suck, and they are the ones who stay tactical when the emotional and mental pressure kicks us in the ass. Yes, the ass kicking is coming. If you expect it, you are much better prepared to deal with it. You need to spend your time hunting elk, not looking for elk. There's a significant distinction. I'll see you next time.